Yo, Gasser, bro. I'm ready to go whenever you are. It's getting late, bro. So whenever you're ready.
Hey, bro. If I told you once, I told you twice, bro. I just need to get this fucking cut. It's slap and fade though. All right.
Yo, my bad, Albert, for being a hypocrite, but you know how to slap this fade though.
So if you coming through, just know all I want is you. I've been stressing in every direction. If you come with me, then you'll have my attention. Why didn't I mention my every intention was taking our souls to another dimension beyond comprehension? You see what I see, need what you got, and I got what you need. Oh, I got what you need, baby, I got what you need. Baby, you got what I. You don't really wanna see a nigga stressed out. That's why you always tryna leave a nigga stressed out. You be breaking your neck till I pass out. Then I get to the check and I cash out. Then it's right back to business. The work that you witness is only until I get back to your thickness and teach you a lesson. Girl, let me ask you a question. Can we kick it? Cause you know I've been stressing. Lot of shit on my mind. Please, my mind, baby.
That's a good little intro from right there.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig, and in this week we are joined by the one, the only Gasser. What's up with it, bro?
You know, bro, I had to come on here. I saw my boy Slab, my boy Jeffrey Cash on here.
Yep.
We had to pull up on you for sure.
You had to bless me. I know we've been talking about this one for a minute and getting this done, and we are here now.
Right?
I feel like there's no days off. Like, you know, people say that shit. And it's different when you actually mean, like, yo, there's no days off. Dude, you feel me? Like, we're doing this on a Sunday, nighttime type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was out and about over the weekend. I feel like every other week I'm, like, in a new city, literally, like, every other fucking weekend. You know what I'm
saw you were on your vacation and shit.
Yeah,
how was that?
Vacation mode, bro.
You're living your best life.
Ooh, bro, I was in Cancun. Had some little hiccups going on, and that I still have to address in another episode, but I have yet to do it. Yeah, we was in Cancun, and at first it was a little nightmare shit going on, but you know we got it taken care of, and we made it. Yeah,
like shit.
We almost.
You can't get into it. Can you like give me an example or what?
So we had to. There was some adjustments we had to make on the fly. We're supposed to fly out of Sacramento and go directly to Cancun.
All right,
but there was some info shit that was lacking, and I'm not even over exaggerating when I say they're like, oh, this isn't gonna happen. They're like, oh, you're not gonna be able to go on this trip anymore.
Oh shit.
Bro, I'm talking about is me and Lily, we were with our bags, everything already ready to go at the airport, and they're like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. And I'm like, I was just like,
raining on you all over your parade.
Bro, I was like, what do you mean? Because this was all paid for. It was a package deal, hotel, flight, everything
expenses,
included.
Right.
Bro, we dropped 2 bands on all this, and then it was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen.
No refunds or nothing.
Nothing. And it was like, whoa.
But it worked out.
It worked out. We had to adjust on the fly.
Sure.
Like I said, we'll go into detail like in another episode. But long story short, we ended up having to bus a mission, go to Tijuana, and we have to fly out of Tijuana to Cancun.
Okay, at least were you able to spend some time there before busting off?
We lost a night as far as the hotel that we was at, and we lost on some money. Had to spend some more money to get there, but we got there and came back.
Okay, for sure. Well,
vacation shit, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then literally the following weekend after that, we was not even we. I was at my homie's bachelor party because he getting married next month. Shouts out Josh. Hey, so I was in Tahoe for his bachelor party. Actually, my first bachelor party that I ever been to like ever. So
really,
it was cool. Yeah.
Slap was we got Slap and Fade in the background for those.
Yeah, if y'all don't know. Hey, come on, podcast alum. What's good with
filter, bro, or what?
Get to him. Had to get freshened up for the cut. You feel me?
Yeah. Slap, that bachelor party we did for our homie Derek, was that your first one?
Oh, so you been to one?
Yeah, low key. We went to a little naughty little backroom boutique.
Can you get into, you know, normally they say do bachelor parties, you're not supposed to get.
Bro, okay, so I can't speak anything for my homie who got married. It's his bachelor party, but for me, bro,
right.
I fell in love with a stripper. T-Pain wrote that song about me 20 years in advance without knowing it, bro.
Haven't we all been
Maybe
there?
that song ain't been out for 20 years, but you know what I'm saying.
We've all been there, trust me. You feel me?
Bro, she touched my soul so deeply. I gave her my sweater.
That's not the
only
only thing she
more
touched.
clothes on a stripper. You know what's wrong with you when you put more clothes on a stripper, bro? I got issues. She had me on lock, bro.
Bro, you think that's bad? You know, this is a true random side note story. I was at a strip club one time in Georgia. Shouts out to the peeps out there in Georgia. And we was at the strip club, and one of the homies, I'll just say his last name is Rich. Richardson.
Okay,
we say we call him Rich, right? And big dude, good looking dude, swole, you feel me? Like
sounds
football
familiar.
player and everything.
No,
and we were wondering like where dude at? We're in the strip club, and I'm like, I just hear a DJ go, "Hey yo!" Music stops. The DJ goes, "Bro, put your clothes back on."
Oh shit!
And we're like, "What the fuck?" We look to the corner. Dude was feeling himself because
your homie?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He started taking off his shirt like he wasn't he wasn't over here on some like I'm gonna go fuck some shit. He was just feeling himself. Took off the girls all went to him.
They hyped him up.
You feel me? Yeah. All the girls were like going to him. So like he was just like and while feeling himself, and we're just like, bro, put your clothes on. You know what I mean? And I looked to the right. One of my homies that I was with too. Like, you know, everybody, you know, you were so accustomed to like, you know, throwing ones, throwing 5s, 10s, 20s, whatever it is. Dude's throwing change.
Oh my, he was making it hell.
Dude.
Party foul, bro. Nailing strippers in the fucking face.
So you know what I started doing, right? When I saw that distraction was going on, I'm like, bro, there's a 5 right here. So I just
slipped that shit away, made out like a bandit.
Hey, but I didn't steal this shit. I went like this. I took it. You know what I did? I recycled it. Like,
there you go. Made it. All the change falling, and they see your
They're
1 5er fluttering.
That's another side note. Y'all, if y'all want to make it seem like you're popping, and you know make the time going good, just get the same money that's on the ground, you throw it back up in there because it's going to the same place.
They call that the rain cycle, bro.
Yeah, you're just making it recycle.
Yeah, bro, it goes up and it goes down.
Those are the little side note stories with the bachelor party, but that's what I've been on, bro. And just Santa Cruz this past weekend. So, like I said, it feels like every other weekend I'm out somewhere. But I had to make time for, like, fam. You know what I mean? I had to take my little one out there.
Man, I wish I could go on vacation. I got a full-time job aside from rapping. I know I'm here for the raps and all that stuff. But I work long hours, bro. Yeah. Shit, like, you know, I come home from a 10-hour, 12-hour day shift and still try to record a song. I at least try to do a song a week these days. Yeah. Every week, at least 1 track.
That's what I'm saying goes back to like, yo, the grind don't stop. Every day is like there's really no days off.
Don't stop.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So like I said, we have been talking about this one for a minute. I know you pulled up last time when we did this slap episode. And technically you kind of did make a bit of an appearance, you know, background niggas. Yeah, you was in the background. And you know what I thought it was cool though too? And this is a reverse effect, and I feel like it's like it's a good thing we're talking about right now too, because I made the last time we talked about it, you know, we were chopping it up and Slap was right here. I remember telling you, I was like, yo, you want to come in it too? Like, I got 4 mics. So which means I have 3. I got extra seat. I got everything you need.
Totally.
And you were just like, oh no, don't worry about it. Like, it's my boy Slap's episode.
Yeah, everybody needs their time to shine, man.
I thought that was super cool because I was just like, oh yeah, like you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to be like that. I mean, because you could have easily been on it too, but you made it a thing to be like, nah, like it's my homie's like little time to shine. So
well, yeah, at the time, Slap's project had just came out, and we put so much time and work into it
that you were involved in too.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like good. You know, I guess you would say, some people say, you know, good karma, that type of thing.
Right.
And now it's the opposite. Now you here because you have these projects that just dropped.
We got Slap
in the back
holding down the fort.
So let's talk about the projects, bro. What should we start with first? Okay, so I would tell you, we talked about it a little bit off air, but I was telling you like how I didn't know how many years deep, you know what I mean, that you got in the music.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got projects and you got hits that are like out there.
Yeah.
So my thing too was like, of course, just like any person that comes on, of course, like I'm gonna look at the most recent stuff, right? Because everybody has recency bias. But my thing too is like I want to go kind of a little deep and know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So a couple years back, I'm like, always has stuff. There's SoundCloud, there's YouTube,
right?
There's Spotify.
SoundCloud is where it kind of all started as far as releasing my own stuff.
Yeah. Originally, I would say kind of coming up, and you know, I would say the more bigger grand scheme of things is Lincoln.
Totally. Right? Yeah, no doubt. When I was I was born in Roseville Hospital. My parents were living in Citrus Heights at the time. I'm mixed. I'm black and Irish.
Okay.
That's where the beautiful red beard comes from. Yeah. Mixed and mastered, bro. But everybody thinks I'm either Mexican or Samoan. So growing up in Lincoln, I blended in hella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody thought that I was a black kid. They all thought I was just a chubby Mexican kid. But yeah, bro. So Lincoln was actually kind of like, as a kid, it was a safe haven for me because my mom was on drugs. My pops had dipped out when I was young. They got separated when I was like 3, so really young, and my mom was just kind of out in the streets. So I was out in Rancho, different parts of Sac, all before like 7 years old.
Damn.
So finally, when I made it, or probably like 6, when I made it to Lincoln, my first friend is actually Slappin' Fade's older brother. So like Lincoln is my roots all the way from elementary school, but there is a little bit of time where like, you know, I just remember being out there and around tweakers and drug dealers and things like that. So like, it's there, man. My mom fought really hard to get me out of that lifestyle, and I have nothing but love and respect for her to like.
Shouts out moms.
Get clean, yeah. If you out there and you doing dirty, get clean, man, because your life could get better. Then you'll raise a rapper for a son.
Facts. Or they might grow up a hypocrite like me. You
right?
know what I'm saying? Like, you be getting hypocritical around here.
It'd be like that, bro.
That's good, though. I mean, one thing, too, is like, I want like doing this. It's interesting. I would say fascinating to me is that like I get to like learn about people, you know what I mean, and then discover new places.
Totally.
Like the only way, you know, prior to like before moving to Sac, I don't really know what Lincoln was. You know
shit!
I had never to my defense. I had never really been. Not even that. Like I had never even been to Sac prior to coming out here.
Really?
Yeah. Before I moved out here, I had zero.
It's the capital of the state you live in. You didn't even know it existed.
No,
that's crazy.
Like
everybody thinks Los Angeles or the Bay, right?
Well, you know, what's even funnier is that like to me, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like where we come from, like when me and Jeff come from, like Monterey County, bro, like it's very small minded. Like you don't really get out your comfort zone. You don't really get out there like
people
that.
Keep to themselves.
Right. And a lot of people locally where they end up moving to was like San Luis Obispo, Paso, San Francisco, or something like that. So not a lot of people come out there, Sac. Until you're out there and then you realize, oh shit, a lot of people kind of do come out here. Right. You get what I'm saying? So when I think of Sac, I just think of Sac like as in the fucking huge area. You feel me?
Right. So, like people think Roseville Sac, Lincoln Sac.
Is they call it? I know they call it the Greater Sac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
But no one really brings up like Lincoln like that.
It's all just the valley, bro. Like the valley is its thing.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we're not famous for being the capital. We're not famous for fucking, you know, because like I said earlier, Los Angeles, the Bay, they're the most popular areas.
Yep.
But bro, we're famous for one thing and one thing only, bro.
Gasser.
That's what I'm playing, bro. Freaking people only know the capital, the city of trees, and freaking Lynch Mob, bro, and Mozzie. Yeah, people know us for Mozzie. Really put us on the map, and it's funny because I think in the beginning I wanted to rep for Sac, but it was on the cipher with Slappin' Fade. I was the first verse up, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, bro, when I put your location, because everyone's gonna be like, oh, this fool's from this, right. I was gonna go with Sacramento because I feel like that's, you know, the greater area that we're staying in. But nah, bro, you're right. Like as soon as I made it to Lincoln, like I moved around as a kid, I told you, but as soon as I made it to Lincoln, Lincoln is where I stayed for like all the way until out of high school, pretty much. And honestly, since then, I haven't been back. So that's why it's conflicting for me to try to claim Lincoln. Right. I lived in Job Corps for almost 2 years, and that was in South Sac. And then after that, I still, you know what I mean? I moved so much. Right. So it's hard for me to try to claim one place. But if it's anywhere, bro, Lincoln is my home. I literally can't stop through Lincoln without seeing somebody that I know. And they're like, oh, hey, Jay, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think is cool about that, too, is that in the long run, it's going to pay homage and actually going to pay dividends. Like you will see it, like not to go, you know, because I talked about it already, but if you go back to the episode that I did with LaRussell, and I know you reposted it, you were a fan of it too, right? He talks about like how, bro, like when he say he's from Vallejo and he say he's from the V, he's like saying like, yo, like I'm from there. Like if you see me, you gonna see me. Like he's doing shit out there in the front yard and everything. You feel me? So it's just like it's like a thing. So that's why I'm saying it's cool, like for you to say like that too, because people could see that and you could be an example for like, you know, new generations and youngins coming up too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get one.
Hey, it's your boy Jeffrey Cash.
Peace, y'all. Peace. All right, buddy.
For sure.
But like I said, I feel that that's gonna pay dividends and pay homage because in the long run, people gonna see that. You feel me? And they're gonna be like, oh, like they could see someone, you know, kind of from this area. Oh no, you good? Yeah. Someone from this area that it's like, oh, it's feasible, it's possible to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that's what makes it cool. And you know, going back to the cipher, which, you know, shout out to Jeff because that shit came out clean.
Oh, so fresh.
You said it. You set the tone from the beginning. You know, you said if I have to be up first, I stay ready.
Yeah, you know, like, that's cool. That's dope that you actually know.
Yeah, so it's like that set the tone for everything. And actually, when I think about too, even just hearing the story like that you're giving me in your background for everything, it makes sense now. You know, so if you do have to come up first, you stay ready.
Yeah, bro, you gotta just, especially look, when you're doing something where you're trying to put your homies, because that's, at the end of the day, the cypher, sure, everybody had their own stuff to bring to the table, but that was Slap and Fade putting us all on. Like, he was like, look, man, like, we're out here doing bigger things, taking shit to the next level. Right. What we really need is to show who we be really fucking with. You know what I'm saying?
Locals only.
Exactly. Yeah,
I thought that was super dope.
There's people that are in that shit that I never met before that moment. But Chris, being the social butterfly that he is and an excellent rapper, he was able to make that happen, man. I've never been in a room with more than, how many rappers was that? 7 or 8? Yeah, something like that. A lot of people on that song. I've never. Talent. Yeah, man. So it was definitely cool. You were mentioning projects and where everything started, and we talked about SoundCloud. Everything in my song I Am on Weeb Daddy, I mentioned how I started writing music when I was 11 years old. So it was raps, it was poetry, it was things like that, but music was always in my heart. I didn't get an opportunity to record until I went with the church. I got someone I consider an older brother of mine named Danielle Rollins Kendall with Street Ministries, and through the church they were like, look, you can record as much music as you want, as long as you make it about the Lord. Yeah. So in the beginning, I was a Christian rapper. I was like 13 by the time I was actually on tracks and stuff. 16 years old, I dropped my first album with 14 tracks on it.
That's good practice. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry. That's good practice because that's tough. Imagine trying
being that age.
Right,
yeah.
And talk about, not even, I'm forget about talking about subjects or anything like that, but not cursing, and then you really have to put the bars together to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? How easy it is to throw in some verses and to not curse or to like be like,
no doubt,
repeatedly. So you really have to get into your bag.
That's funny. I would get that a lot back then. And people would be like, yo, you know, it's difficult to be rapping about fucking Sunday school shit, but then make it sound cool. Yeah. Because it's either one or the other. It's like, you know, listen to your parents and listen to Jesus. Or it's like, you know, bitches and hoes and whatever. Or it's shake your ass like some motherfucking hentai. Like what I'm doing now. I don't want to hate on myself, but it's a trip to see where we start and where we end up, because a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I grew up, and they're like, you're not doing the Christian music anymore. What happened? I'm like, okay, well, it's not that I came into this like I want to make Christian music. It's I want to make music, and the church was like, here you go. Right. And I'm like, okay, for sure. No one ever did me dirty there. It wasn't like some weird priest trying to touch freaking, you know, whatever. It was I went in there. They had a booth for me to use, a computer for me to use, and it all started from the ground up, bro. But see, now I don't consider it like I divvied away from the faith or anything like that. I just feel like I'm an adult now.
Yeah, it's just,
you know that's just natural. I'm doing everything on my own.
Right. I mean, that's just natural evolution. You feel me? Like, you take anybody, like, forget the genre, forget what they're doing. If you take someone at 12 years old versus 16 years old versus 18 years old versus 24 years old, there's going to be leaps and bounds ahead of what they were at. That's just life in general. So I definitely understand that. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah. And I do believe that it is progress, because I don't know how deep you are into religion or anything. I don't mean to like, hopefully this doesn't damage your views or your reputation. But some Christians would consider, you know, going from Christian music to mainstream or whatever you want to consider it, a cop out, or what do they call that? backsliding in your faith. Like, oh, you know, you made music for the Lord and now you're making it for yourself. Oh, it's vanity. Hey, bro, let's take this shot.
I was just about to say
to break it in,
not to make it probably around a random bad time to say cheers as we're talking about.
It's
the Lord.
Definitely cheers time.
But you know, it is cheers. Thank
Crown
you for coming
Royal,
on, man.
baby. I had to bring you some ghetto shit.
Come on now. We had to throw it back for sure.
For all my brothers out there, for my black half, I brought the Crown Royal.
And this isn't a sponsor, but if y'all want a sponsor, you feel me?
If we're gonna sponsor anything, we gotta put the lychee lemonade on there. Come on
now, you see it.
You know we out here sipping for real.
Cheers, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having me, man.
Of course. This should take me back to. I've had some, some days with these. You feel me? Like I've had some days.
Some memories that could have been fuller.
But like I said, talking about going back to the music, it was I had to, like I said, I thought it was super cool because, obviously when you came last time, it was like a first meetup type of thing, and I just met you. Like I knew from Slat's project, I knew like who in the titles and everything who you were. I know you was on the song. But like I never put like a face to it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that was like a good intro type of thing. But also it was like, oh, like okay, like he must have been like, like either just jumping on or something like that. I didn't know that you were like really doing it. I mean, and it was super cool. It's just like
we're pretty new. Like people assume we've only been out like this year, last year.
Right. And that's me too. I'm guilty of that too. I'm like, oh, they're probably just recently been out. But I thought it was super cool. Is that like it's like you have a unique style in that it's just not like it's not just you just out here just dropping crazy bars. Hold up. It's also you just like I have a specific cadence. I got a specific style of music that is just not gonna be. I'm not just gonna go hard. I can do that. It's not just hard. Like you have some music and that's divine. That's just like
sure.
I'm having like let me put my feelings into this. Like this is my project. That's me in this whole.
Yeah.
You get me? Part one.
It's cool that you can see that. You
can hear it. You get me? And that's what I thought was super cool. So going into that and knowing these projects, it was just like, oh, like he's diverse. He's not just gonna spit and just like machine gun it like do.
Right.
He can slow it down. He could do on some good cadence. He can put some soul into it.
Some versatility.
Is diverse. You get what I'm saying?
Do you know what mochi is?
The only mochi I know is mochi donut.
Okay, so
you know the mochi donut?
No, what's
you
that?
You don't know mochi donut?
Nah.
It's Korean. It's like Korean. It's like they do specific donuts, corn dogs. Like they're opening up a bunch of shops. There's one in Delta Shores.
That's the name of the shop donut, is Mochi Donut.
Mochi Donut, yeah.
Okay, so like what mochi is, it's like a dough that they wrap around like cream or sometimes ice cream. It depends on what, or sometimes it's jelly. But it's just like a little, it's a Japanese dumpling that's sweet, basically. So, like, the strain of mochi that is ice cream mochi.
But yeah, so, like I said, going back to the music, that's what I can hear. And I thought it's super cool in that, like I said, it is so diverse. And in that it's just, it's not like secluded to just one type of, like, flow. Sure. And it's tough, like, if, artists that comes on and everything, it's tough to like try to describe their own music like in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously when you're making your music and everything, you have like a certain style that you know what it is. You know, so as a person that's like an outside looking in, and obviously my aspect is just a viewer. It's like I'm kind of bordering the line of like what's not the perfect description, but also not a way to come off as like disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Even though that's not the intent.
No, I don't ever think that. Right. Unless you're just like, this nigga sucks. Like if his style, his flavor of style is just ass flavored, then that's what it is. But no, bro, I think it's cool that honestly, I like hearing people's opinions of my music, even if it's not always good, because like it's true. I do have a vision and I do have different flows that I like to use, and I never like to just use one. There's so many songs you hear where someone will be like, I'm in the building and I'm chilling and I got it.
Right.
And the next line just sounds like the last one.
Right.
And they keep going off the same flow.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, bro. Like, I got to switch it up every now and then. My mind is too creative to sit in one place. And that one thing that Slappin' Fake gets annoyed by, when I make music, he gets hella annoyed.
What's he say?
Is when I take one word and I try to stretch it out to hella different like meanings. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I just off the top of my head, it's the way my mind works. Like if I was like, I'm doing this song on the radio. And then like I'll do a Spanish thing where I'll be like, I got the light of God, radio. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Like the light of God, radio, like things like that, bro. Like Saab gets hella annoyed when I do shit like that because it sounds like it's just saying the same word over and over.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, it's the breakdowns. Like, what's my favorite? One of my favorite verses off of Weeb Daddy Summer, Space Cowboy, where I say, what is it? Everything is about to reflect the speed and precision of my dialect. So might I elect that we take a different approach. So like my dialect, might I elect sound like the same thing, but it's totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a wordplay though.
Exactly, wordplay. It's some of my favorite things, man. Like, I am an engineer. I do make beats. I do record and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a lyricist, man. Yeah. I write lyrics. And so, like, if they're like, oh, Gasser's tight, but I don't like his voice or that, it's like, you know what? That doesn't matter to me. Someone told me that I couldn't sing in the past.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that, bro, because this is the way I write. Maybe someday I'll be like Timbaland and be able to write a song and have a Leah in the back and just be like, look, I'm not a girl, but this song is for a girl. Boom.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I wrote it. You know what I mean? Until then.
There's speaking about stuff like that, it brings up one thing that I think about, which is writer's credits. A lot of people, there's a lot of artists, not to shy away from you or anything like that. There's a lot of artists that mainstream people would know heavy, like big time names that have wrote other people's songs for the opposite gender, right? So like, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but everybody knows who Justin Timberlake is, right?
Yeah.
JT. Justin Timberlake, you know, exactly. B-boy, man, yeah. Hey, I'm about to spit, yo. Let me hold up. Pause. But y'all be surprised how many songs Justin Timberlake has wrote. A lot of people don't understand how many. Like, if I challenge y'all go look on Google, look up how many writers credits and how many songs Justin Timberlake has wrote for women, and y'all will be surprised. Oh, shit. Is he like bangers.
The Dream? You know The Dream, right?
Yeah. He's like you know Pharrell. I mean, of course everybody knows Pharrell, but I mean, like, you know how many songs he's wrote? There's this one,
probably hundreds,
bro. There's this one dude from I don't want to fuck it up, was Germany or some shit, but like he's wrote he's wrote all, like, basically all of Britney Spears shit. He's wrote songs for
verses and hooks and everything, or is it just partially
straight up bangers?
Wow.
And his name is Max something. I don't want to fuck up his name, but like, it's a dude, but he's rolling for a lot of women too.
Sure, but he's not the face. So you look at him and they'll be like, no one knows who this guy is.
No one knows, but he's making bank.
Meghan Trainor was that way. I don't know if you remember that.
Of course, you know I'm all about that bass.
About that bass. Okay, no cool. Trouble. Yeah, Meghan Trainor was a songwriter far before she was her own. And so, like, honestly, my goal is kind of backwards, man. Like, I love rapping, but I'm not going to lie. If I could write a song for Ice Cube and then he spits that shit, I don't know what I would like, bro. My life would be complete. I actually know how much Snoop charges for the feature. I just can't afford that shit.
Well, bro, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, I mean, they're watching, bro. They're listening right now. They're watching. They're listening right now.
Snoop's on the GGN right now.
He's watching, listening. Yeah. Snoop, I know you're watching.
What's up?
I know you're listening. He wants that feature. You feel me?
I need that hook izzle.
Yeah, so it is funny that we're bringing that up because it's like, you know, going back to the style. It is that. And I remember when you had posted and you had put, when you had just dropped the project, you know, part 1.
Right.
Which I'm going to get into why it's called part 1. You know, I want to hit the show.
The curiosity.
But you had said too, you're like, yo, this is like, it's not just my project that is like I'm releasing, like, this is just music. You said, like, I put everything into this. Emotion, love, bars, obviously, but it's like you put a lot of yourself onto this. Yeah. And it's really big. Like, a lot of time, you know, us, and this is something that I've said, you know, hella times in the podcast before, us, the listeners and the viewers and the fans, we're kind of like blindsided for a lot of things, but we're very fortunate because we see end products. You feel me? Like, we see the end of everything.
Sure.
We don't see the beginning, the middle process.
The battle that it takes to go through
when it drops. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot, and it's a lot of vulnerability.
Can I ask you something? I know that you were going to get into the part 1 and all of that stuff. Would you be interested in seeing those types of things? Because I was talking to Slab the other day about possibly doing something where I show people the creative process and that part won't work. And then at the end of the song or at the end of the video, I mean, say it's like a 3-minute video, 5-minute video. At the end, we'll play the song. Yeah. And they'll see how it came out. But they'll also see like the
process.
Exactly. Yeah.
I say this all the time.
Would that be interesting, you think?
Not only would it be interesting, but it's also content. So I say this all the time. Content is key, right? So the more stuff you put out, the more stuff like you're putting not just yourself on the music and everything, but you're putting your face to something. So a lot of times, a lot of people want to see the face to things, right? Yeah. So you got to think about it like this. If you, well, not even to say you, but a lot of artists, right? They put shit out on YouTube, Instagram, or whatever it is. But they put out something that shows behind the scenes stuff. A lot of the fans, we always go to it. BTS behind the scenes, right? I'm not talking about the Korean group BTS. I'm talking about like that's what that says BTS, right? But if you pay attention to a lot of the analytics for stuff, and I know it's hard to gauge because we're not the ones on seeing the exact analytics, but if you look at how many engagements, views, likes, whatever you want to measure, but the stuff that people will want to see is the behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that eventually leads traffic your way towards the music. When people can see like, all right, oh, this is how it's going down, or this is how he made it. Oh, dope. Mad respect because he's seeing more of it. Or if they see more of it, like if they put out more stuff that like if you put out something that just like if you put out a video, bro, and it's like you making it and you're just like, man, I don't like this. And you show a video,
it turns into something totally different, right?
If you show like the struggleness of it, and you're like, and you show a clip of you being like, obviously not fabricated, not faking it. If you're just being real about it and be like, man, fuck this song, or I'm not liking it,
or I need to go take a fucking break, and then the show suddenly deviates. I'm at Starbucks, like fuck that shit,
right? And then you actually drop the track or the project or whatever it is, and you show a finished product, it'll have more appreciation towards the finished product.
No doubt.
If you show that,
the whole idea kind of came from someone that I used to watch doing exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
The BTS shit behind the scenes, and then he played the song at the end, and the song was like, it wasn't even like a music video or anything. It was literally just like, all right, nigga, here's how it turned out, and everything just stops, and it's just the audio played right there.
Gosh.
And like. You're right. Every time, because that song's out on all platforms now. I'm not gonna name drop or whatever, because I don't know those niggas. But freaking, it just every time I hear that song now, if it comes up on Spotify or whatever it may be, I instantly think of, I remember them. I remember that dude playing the guitar on the stairs. And then he came up with this whole part and the dude didn't like it and he fucking threw the paper away hella mad. But it's like, nigga, we here to do work. So they fucking went back at it. Like, you do remember those things. And it's true. People do want to see that. So I think I might be interested in doing that someday. I'm just not YouTube savvy. Maybe you could help me with starting this freaking YouTube shit up.
You know what, another thing too is that like everybody has a start point. You feel me? Like if you take the biggest artist right now, it's fair to say, but we'll just use Drake as an example, right?
Sure.
Someone would call him the biggest artist out right now. Fair point.
He's up there.
He's up there, right? If you see him right now, you would think, oh, he's done everything, he's got it. Everybody has a starting point,
right?
You feel me? So it's like
The Rock with $7 in his pocket or whatever,
Everybody has a starting point, and that's the stuff people can try to emulate and relate to. So if you think about it like, all right, your biggest, whoever it is, your favorite art of all time, right? If you saw a video of them like doing what you're talking about doing, right? If you saw, if back in the day, if they had YouTube, but if you saw a video of that artist doing that, you're going to like them even more. Because you're going to be like, oh, fuck.
Like, I already fuck with his music, but now I just see this cat.
So like, now that you're thinking about that, now times that about to 200,000. Now times that to 2 million to everybody else in the world that wants to see that.
Damn.
And it passes down a trickle effect.
My insecurity leads me to believe that niggas ain't interested in what I'm doing.
Well, you
feel me? Like, I know that that's probably not true, but that's just, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That, I mean, yeah, I definitely understand that. But the power with social media and the power with this, one of the biggest advice I've ever it wasn't even given to me, but I heard it, was Wallow. You know, y'all know who Wallow is? Wallow, he's one half, he's a co-host and I was gonna say All the Smoke, my bad. $1 million worth of game. It's Wallow and Gilly. Wallow, to give you kind of a quick summary with him, he's from Philly. He a Philly cat. Sure. He did 20 years in prison. He did 20, got out, and ever since he's been out, him and Gilly they're one of the top podcasts out right now. It's called $1 million worth of game. It's on the Black Effect Network, iHeartRadio, Barstool, presented one of the presenters, sponsors with collaboration with Barstools. But Wallow talks about it all the time. He goes, bro, I did 20 years. I got out, and I'm at where I'm at, doing everything I'm doing, all off of this. And he holds up a cell phone. Everything you want to do and create is at the palm of this. This is right here. This is going to be your manager. This is your A&R. Sure. This is your publicist. This
social
is your
media
marketing.
Connections, emails.
But even furthermore than that, what is social media on? It's on a laptop, it's on internet, whatever, but it's right here.
Right.
So anything you want to create
your
and anything you want to do
everything.
is right here.
That's
content,
crazy.
like I said, going back to the content is key. Videography or video right now is dominating everything. Sure. So what you might think is not going to be like, might not be the hardest shit out. What you might not think is like the most well fucking produced show, whatever. Or you might not think is like not worth a bit is someone else's I'm trying to do. Right. So the next person coming behind you who may not even have a track they're like, I want to.
Well, this is the way that Slap and Fade did it, so I'm gonna try to do it this way.
Right. Yeah. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, to summarize,
I feel like that might already. Yeah, well, hey, I appreciate that because I always want feedback, especially from other creators. I always think that it's dope that most of the stuff we do is within our immediate friend group. You know what I mean? I love that my friends are creative. Yeah, I love that I can hit my sister up and be like, draw anime bitches with their titties out from my hentai song, and they're down. You know what I mean? Like, that's hella dope.
Yeah. So put all that out. Once you put out so much shit, it's like 5 turns into 10 turns into 15. Yeah. And it's tough to you'd have to really you got to be one dude to look back and be like, man, this one video that I did 20 videos ago, it's not doing as much as, because you're downplaying the other 19. You feel me? Right. It's just like music. Think about it. Like if you lay out your whole fucking track list, if you lay out your whole body of work and you pick one song out of all of them to be like, maybe this wasn't my best, you're neglecting, you're downplaying your whole body of work, right? So it's like put all the content out, bro. Get the behind the scenes stuff.
Totally,
you get me? It only benefits you. There's more pros than there is cons.
Bro, I have so much unreleased content. It is insane. What's up?
We're talking about content and.
That's Slap for y'all. He's slapping faders in the back.
Fade out.
Come on now.
Hey, when Eminem released that first version of Lose Yourself.
I was just about to bring that up right now.
You know what I'm saying?
No way.
Yeah, so I was just about to talk about that.
How did that change the game of it though?
Yeah, because it sounds so different. Yeah. Especially the chorus.
You know
bro, I just about to bring that up right now. I was just about to tell you, imagine if people don't. Damn, that was so perfect. Imagine if people, if the greats that we look up to thought like that. It's like, I wonder if I should or should not put this out. And just want to, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because when you hear that, I mean, did you watch that interview? When he talked about it, he said...
I never saw the interview.
Was it Mike Tyson?
This wasn't even the Tyson one. No? It was on this interview. I forget the fucking name of the platform. But basically, he was saying that there's another version of Lose Yourself that he doesn't even remember. He said,
even before
he said, he's like, I listened to it and I don't even recognize it. He goes, I don't remember where I was at. I don't remember recording it. I don't remember writing it.
A lifetime ago.
He goes, bro, he said, I don't even remember writing it.
That's very much true.
He said, I don't even remember writing it.
Man.
And think about that. That's crazy.
You know what's something we do too, bro, is we have at least 3 versions of songs we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we pick the one we think's the best.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So imagine that too, bro. Like if we just
show
people. But it's crazy because we always want to keep things kind of on the hush before putting stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons to that, right? Because on one end, I get, like I said, as artists, as yourselves, you want to put out the best. You get me? Like you want the best versions out. we can even, it doesn't even have to be music. We can equate that to haircuts. Like you want to put out your best product out there, which I definitely get.
Always.
Because it's business, right? And like I said, the way people's minds are and they look at shit, they see whatever they see right away and they got their judgments already made. You feel me? So I get that. But on the other half and on the other side of the token, that's, if you think about it, Lil Wayne, Dedication 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sorry for the Wait, 1, 2, like whatever it is, those mixtapes, I promise you, and I know this because he's talked about it in interviews, he's not going back and be like, no, maybe not this one, not this one. He's just going, dropping, and you get some of the classic fucking mixtapes. You feel me? So
pushing it out.
Think about that. So there's
Slap was throwing a hypothetical around saying, man, what if we like stop listening to our tracks after we record them?
Yeah.
Literally, like, write what you gonna write, spit it, same day, drop.
Yeah.
Not like driving around like I should change this part or I should make this adjustment. Like, because we've been around the block so many times. It's like, you know what adjustments you need to make. You know how to edit it properly. If you don't feel confident when you leave the first spit, how many times are we supposed to do this shit, nigga? It's basically what he was implying, you know what I'm saying? So like, and we're our first audience. Sure, as creators, the first person to see your piece is you. Right. And you're often putting yourself in the listener's shoes, or if you're a painter, you're trying to put yourself in the perspective of someone who may see it. You know what I'm saying? But as creators, we can get not writer's block or creator's block or anything like that. But what we can do is we can become obsessive over the concept of a perfect song. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of great songs. But some of the most timeless ones are ones that maybe you could ask fucking Alicia Keys and she'd be like, damn, that one track, I just wish I could change that part. And we're like, that's my favorite shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, to the artist, she sees every single brush stroke of the entire painting. Yeah. In the meanwhile, you're like, the eyes are dope. She's like, do you realize that was 73 strokes?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, no, but it's also, I guess it's like you're kind of getting like prisoner of what's controlled of us today. Like, meaning like the people, I would say the audience, right? Yeah. They're only going to listen to what's your newest thing. They judge you off your last whatever appearances, you know, meaning like your songs. So I guess I'm sure that goes into the back of y'all's mind too. It's just like, what about this? What about that? Right. So, yeah, it's tough. I guess I'm trying to think about it. Like, me speaking about just doing it and dropping, it's easier said than done, right? Totally. I don't make music like that, right? So it's easy for me to say it. You feel me?
If I could have, at this point in my, I don't even know if you want to call it a career.
For sure,
this is my passion. You feel me?
It's a career.
Yeah.
I'm big on it, bro. I'm big on it. I'm big on say what you mean what you say, and talk about it like how you live it, bro. Like, everything is meant like it sounds corny. It sounds corny, bro. Again, I'm hypocritical as fuck talking about it because I used to be a motherfucker that would make fun of this shit, but it's like you really have to speak things into existence.
No doubt, bro. We young gods out here.
You feel me?
Yeah, like I mentioned the religious thing before, but let's take another shot, bro. Pour it up. We young gods out here. What's the first thing God did in the Bible, bro? He spoke something into existence. If we're made in His image, our words matter. Straight up. That being said, man, it's all about your self-image and your self-respect, right? When it comes to this shit, like you said, I want to call it a passion, but it's true. It is a career. It's something that's leading somewhere. Yeah. I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't interested in pushing it any more farther. Yeah. But what frustrates me is I'll have artists tell me time and time again to respect myself and to like, no one's going to treat you like you're valuable until you value yourself, right? Right. And then I post a menu out there and I'm like, yo, bro, the feature's $300. You want the verse? $300. If you want the hook, $150. Right. Fucking you want hook and verse? $400. Save yourself $50. You'll have the whole gasser feature right there off top, bro. I make the menu, right? And they're just like, oh, fuck that nigga. He overvalues himself. Right. He who does this nigga think he is to post that he's worth $300 a verse? Nigga, bro,
that's that 2%.
I'll out rap. Look, I don't want to sound cocky because I am a humble guy and I'm respectful. I'll out rap damn near any of these niggas who are hating on me, bro.
Tell them.
Pull up.
Cheers.
Get me on the feature. If you don't think that I'll out rap you, if you out rap me on the feature, I'll do it for free.
Y'all heard it here first. Timestamp it. Nah, but it's also true, bro. Like that's that 2% effect, though. You ever heard of that? Like that's that 2% negativity that we.
These niggas can kiss 2% of my ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Nah, but it's like you can't hate. It's not, bro. You can't hate on a motherfucker trying.
But you see how hypocritical it is, though?
Yeah.
They'll be like, take pride in yourself. You need to value yourself.
Yeah.
You need to take your shit to the next level.
Right.
And then I do some shit. I create a menu and I'm like, hey, man, this much for this much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, oh, I ain't finna do that shit. Fucking.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, nigga,
bro, it's
how hypocritical.
It's that 2% effect.
And I can't go back. I cannot go back.
Talk to him.
Talk
to him.
Slap and fade.
Check this one out one time. So there's cats out there that want to buy a feature off of somebody on a business move, right? But they don't want to help out their homies on a business move because it's that same shit that people say, like people don't want to see you succeed or people don't want to see you come up or whatever the fuck. It's jealousy. It's envy,
right.
The way I see it, it's got to be an artistic move. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about this on the way here. You know what I'm saying? Gasser pays me for a haircut. Cool, that's my business. You know what I'm saying? But he says to me, "Oh, I hope one day I could have something for you to buy for me." You know?
Right.
Whether it be merch or
anything.
Like, bro, say it and I'll pay it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell all my little homies, hey, if you guys want something, I'll pay it. You know what I mean?
It's a support.
Right.
I don't care about it going for more follows, more likes, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If we could just make something dope, let's make it. And if you want me to pay you or am I going to charge you, hey, business is business.
Because we grown now, bro. Like, sure, we are out here having fun, but we all out here putting hours and effort and stuff. People don't understand. I mentioned having a day job before. I've been in the same career for 7 years. I make $50 an hour. I'm not going to say where I work because I don't want niggas pulling up on me. Right. But, like, if I make $50 an hour at my own job and my only day off is Sunday and you want to book a session and you don't expect me to charge you at least $50 an hour because that's what my time is literally worth.
Right.
Like, who do you think you're talking to, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we grown-ass men out here, bro.
But it's also...
This ain't kid shit no more.
Yeah, but it's also... What they're not realizing is that they're fucking up themselves. They don't understand how hypocritical they are being, right? Because eventually they want to get to a position or a space where they want to do that as well. And if they're not... Like, if you can't... Right, so if you're an up-and-coming artist, if you're... we'll just forget the up-and-coming mark. We'll just say, if you're an artist, right? And eventually you want to get in a position to where you're getting paid to spit or to create your own art.
Yeah.
How are you not going to be like, oh, okay, I understand what he's doing. I rock what he's doing because I'm trying to get there too.
Of course.
Right, what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a trickle effect. If you want to get there, you know, there's like a price for everything.
Lead by example, because Slap said a long time ago, he was like, I don't understand. I hate to keep quoting you, bro. We literally see each other all the time. It's my best friend right here, man.
Right.
Him, Moises, Danny, Derek, freaking Oscars, my day one niggas right there.
Right.
Anyways, one thing that Slap is always running by me, and he's like, bro, it trips me out how just a little while ago we were just rapping for fun. But then now everybody sees us as the example to follow. Everybody wants a feature from Gas and Slap and Jeffrey Cash on the video.
Right.
We've created like a desire. We've created a demand. And now there's a supply. You feel me? Like and it's weird though, because like people will invest thousands of dollars in a feature for someone famous. You feel me? I did work with Neff the Pharaoh. That wasn't for free. You feel me? The homie did show love. The homie did pull up, but that wasn't a free endeavor.
Right.
People will drop thousands of dollars on that, but they won't drop a quick 300 on a homie they've known for over 10 years. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, you say you want to work with me. You use the word work.
Right.
you don't. If you're saying you want to play with me, you want to do a song for shits and giggles, bro.
Right.
That's not. Hey, let's work. If you're gonna use the word work, nigga, I put a $sign on that shit. Yeah. My time is worth something, bro, and I value myself these days.
It's also perception, though. So, like, the big thing with this is that, like, if you want to come off, like, you really doing this shit, you have to actually come off like you really doing this shit.
Ooh, that shit's
you know? And vice versa. It's like, all right, you're only going to look, like I said, when it comes to perception, you only look as good as you put yourself out to be. Exactly. So, like, if you really came out and be like, oh, like, I'm just doing this shit for fun, and I'm doing this shit for shits and giggles, then you're going to get for fun shits and giggles offers, right? You're going to get for fun shits and giggles people being like, hey, let's do this, right? Yeah. But if you really come out and be like, I'm making music and I'm a fucking artist and this is what I do, these are my rates, then that's going to draw the people that actually want to work with you to go like that, you know? And it's also a fair comparison to talk about this, not to keep going back to, you know, the podcast, but it's like there's an image I put off, like I made this set, I have a specific way where I run everything, I have a specific drop day, I have a specific the highlights and everything that I make, I try to make it industry standard, and that was my mindset coming into it. It's like, they're recording at a minimal of 4K, then I'm gonna do 4K.
Right.
They're making 3 highlights an episode, then I'm gonna make 3 highlights an episode. But I'm sure
you started at a certain point where it was like, oh, you know, I only have so much. Like maybe at some point this desk wasn't here or these pictures weren't here, but you were still here. It was still you. It was always you. You know what I mean?
My start point was learning from the people, like looking at like and
who do you take example from?
Like who's individuals and podcasts?
Who's your podcast inspiration?
There's three that I like. I kind of watch.
You model yourself after that.
I would say model. I don't know if model is a fair. I definitely look. I get inspiration from. Is The Brilliant Idiots, $1 million worth of game, The Fighter and the Kid, and that third, and the fourth one I would say, because it's tough because there's group ones and then there's individual ones. You get me? Right. It's called, like the easy, like the easy, what's that metaphor that people use, like the low hanging fruit, like the easy one.
See,
they say that the low hanging fruit. It's easy to say Joe Rogan, right? Because that's the biggest fucking podcast in the world. That's like being like, yo, who you want to be?
Nah. That's like spark the algorithm right now.
Yo, that's like Joe Rogan. That's like an artist being like, yo, who do you want to be like? And people, I want to be as big as Drake.
I listen to Joe all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
So like that's what I'm saying. That's low hanging fruit because. Like that's like obviously industry standard. Yeah. But it's like I was looking at this like what are they doing? 4K minimal. I'm doing that. They're making 3 highlights a week and they're doing edits and slideshows and shit. Then I'm doing that. Oh, what's the industry?
Yeah, you're making
standard?
like
What's the industry standard captions? Oh, I'm doing that too. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
If you treat every project like it's your own, it'll show. Because I'll give a perfect example. You might not even know who this is. I listen to a lot of underground music, man.
Tell me.
So, like, do you know who Social Club Misfits is?
No, but I've heard the name.
Okay, for sure. So, Social Club has been around since I mentioned I've been in a 7-year career. Yeah. When I was living in the dorms, going to school for my career, I discovered these guys. I didn't discover them like I worked with them, but I discovered their music.
Was it SoundCloud?
It was on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Okay.
It was underground. They weren't signed. They were just niggas from the East Coast. Just positive rappers, man. Like everything they spit was about depression and like not on some Suicide Boys shit, but more like nigga, I've been there type music. You could tell it was aimed towards the youth.
Yeah, I've definitely, like I said, I've definitely heard them. Like people would tell me, like, you ever heard this? I was like, nah, and then they shot me the link.
Bro, they're dope as fuck. Needless to say, they became one of my favorites. But the first song that I heard, it wasn't even their own song. It was this other guy named R. Swift, super big black dude, super chubby. Let me get that shotski, bro.
You can be good with it? You say you don't drink.
I usually don't go more than 2. I'm going to take one more. Okay, just because I'm having a good time.
I do a little mini.
I'm having a good time out here, man. Yeah, no doubt. We got the designated driver in the back. Designated roller, too. Come on, bro.
Okay, I'm making sure you're cool.
You better respect.
You got work tomorrow.
You better respect me. Nah, I'm just playing, bro.
Fuck one time, I'm going to hit twice. Hey. Come on now. Okay, I'll do no more.
For sure.
Okay. See? That's cool.
That's love. That's love. That's love right there. Okay, yeah, bro, the point I'm trying to make about Social Club, though, the first song I heard wasn't even their own song. And I've been in this job for 7 years, so I'd say I've been following them for 8 years now, listening to them as a fan. I'm not saying they're my number one favorite,
right?
But the first song I heard was a feature. I'm trying to be on other people's songs. I would love to do work with people, man, because guess what? After part 2, you wanted to talk about part 1 and part 2.
Right.
After part 2 releases...
Hold up. So wait. Because I had said, I was like, what's the significance of part 1? Which I anticipate something else. So there is a part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just want to make sure, like I said, because part 1, it was like, all right, I can make the assumptions, but I don't know.
Yeah, this isn't the Avatar: The Last Airbender where it's just book 1 and then it's over.
All right. Yeah.
Like, nah.
Okay. So
Shout
part
out
2.
to M. Night Shyamalan. I hope fucking...
So part 2 is coming out.
Yeah, part 2 has been in the works. Slap will contest to this. A lot of these songs I've been working out for over a year, man. Maybe even 2. It depends on which one you're talking about. But Noble has been in the works for a really long time. And I've been working with so many other artists in between. And the reason part 1 was so personal was because of the pandemic, man. I mean, it was the pandemic when Weed Daddy came out too. But this is post-pandemic vibes where it's like, are we normal now?
Yeah. Are things back to normal?
Right. Like I talked about meeting a girl. I opened the door for her. That part was real, you know what I'm saying? And it's a trip how, like I said, she saw my smile and she shot me her digits. We had masks on. You feel me? Like, I didn't feel like throwing those details in there, but like, God bless you. Yeah. Salud. But I didn't feel like throwing those details in there, but bro, everything is just so different now. And I didn't want any features on part 1. Like, I have a lot of friends I'd love to do music with, but there was just so much on my heart, man. I lost a lot. That's
why I get when you said, like, this one's like personal. It's a lot out for me, and that's why
very personal.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Every song, like, regardless of the theme or the subject matter, like, it always comes back to like, fuck. Like that's the theme of part 1 is fuck, bro. Like, it's going through hella shit. And
that's
like,
music.
You were talking about how artists say you're only as hot as your latest track. I had gone through a lot of depression before part 1. And when I dropped it too, I didn't really promote it the way I promoted my last shit. My last thing, I was like posting people wearing my shirts and like famous features, I Am Sue, Neff the Pharaoh, like going hella hard, right? But like with this one, I was just like, it's out. You feel me? And people who really mess with me have been like, bro, this is the most incredible thing. Like this is a whole nother level. You're so serious on this. You're not playing around anymore. You know what I mean?
It's that vulnerable aspect of it, you know?
Quite.
It's that vulnerable aspect.
Being real.
Like, man, like I put myself out there like this. Do I, you know, I'm sure there's some hesitation. I'm sure there's some things that just like, man, like, you know, like, I'm gonna drop this one out.
Right. Should I even tell people about how the fuck? Does anybody fucking care? Or do they just want to shake their ass? You know, like some motherfucking hentai.
You know what? Some fucking and some side note of it too. Wait till Slap starts dropping some of the some of the stories he be saying.
Right.
Some of the stories he be talking about, all the shit that he like been through.
Slap is the best storyteller. Like, I could say some shit about what's going on and how I feel.
Right.
But if you want to know what fucking happened, that's Slap and Fade to a T, bro. He'll tell you the full story. The bitch said this.
Yeah.
We were here. Saying that. You know what I mean?
but like, bro, some of the stuff like when we talk, like, you know, obviously off camera and everything. Some of the shit Slap be telling me, and I'm like, you talking about this on a song? Yeah, like just imagine when some of that shit, like, right,
some real life street shit. Yeah, we keep a lot of street shit out of our lyrics because we try to be positive. We try to we try to direct the youth in a direction that will bring positivity and growth to the streets.
Yeah,
we talking on being maybe the mayor someday, bro. Like, because we were like, hey, bro, when we grow up, we got to own the apartments that we lived in. We're like, shout out to the Oaks. But then it's like, bro, think bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? What about being the mayor of fucking Lincoln, bro? That'd be crazy. I'm almost 30 years old. There's no way that I'm about to do that shit right now. But if you see 40-year-old Gas and he ain't a famous rapper yet, that nigga might own Lincoln.
Wait till you get to 30, bro. That shit, again, you gonna wake up different. Your back hit different.
You'd be like, maybe I'll be the senator.
Maybe.
Maybe not the man, be this fucking senator, bro. Hey, speaking of cap rap, bro.
Cap rap. So
I just want to.
Hey, real quick.
Do it.
This will
Tell him.
Personal track, right?
Right.
And I don't think a lot of cats do that a lot. And the ones that do, I feel like they do get looked at in a good way because it comes from the heart. You know
right.
What I'm saying? And then when you see a youngster or even an older cat doing that cap rap, it's kind of like,
yeah, you
I
could
put
tell.
$1 million in a duffel bag this morning. Yeah, it's like, nigga, you live in the garage, bro. Come on. Yeah. I ain't hating. I'm just saying.
Sounding cool and showing people what you're doing.
Just stop lying, bro.
Yeah. Stop
lying in your raps, man. Nobody's interested in hearing your fairy tales, bro. I'm just so over people. People are trying to bring shit to the next level and then doing childish shit, bro.
Right.
Grow the fuck up.
Let's take it back to the basics.
Take it back to the basics.
Oh, no pun intended. Ooh. No pun intended.
Ooh. Shout out to Jeffrey Cash.
No pun intended. Well, let's talk, bro. So we mentioned it a couple times throughout the episode.
Part 2.
But no, I'm talking about hentai. Let's talk about we brought it up a couple times.
Hey, throw that ass like some motherfucking hentai.
You know, tell me how the fuck, where did that come from?
Okay, so it all started with Weeb Daddy Summer, man. Like, I've always loved doing anime songs. Okay. I've always loved music, and I've always loved anime. So when I threw them together, it became love. Yeah. Space Cowboy is probably one of my all-time favorites, and that song's like 3 years old now. Okay. Anyways, shout out to Indigo Lotus. So, motherfucking, with hentai, I really had to do it for the culture. You know what I said? I said something on there where I said, started kawaii, now you calling me senpai. So, you know, I have this song called kawaii, and kawaii is just a word that means cute in Japanese, but there's this whole movement behind things that are kawaii. But on Weeb Daddy Summer, I got kawaii on there, and I did that shit for the culture because I told my sister, I'm like, look, I don't fuck with kawaii shit. I'm gonna keep it off top. Kawaii is like Hello Kitty and fucking alligators with little smiley faces, and your food has faces on it, and everything's happy and sunshines. That's not me, bro. I watch Dragon Ball Z where niggas get cut in half and bleed to death, bro. So
and somehow still make it to season 2. Like all
exactly,
of a sudden, they back
Krillin
alive.
Just keeps getting wished back, bro.
Frieza got goddamn went deformed.
Frieza deserves to finally die.
She went golden. Like bro, what the fuck? You know
come on, man. But fucking with hentai, I had to do it for the culture. The same way with kawaii. I didn't fuck with Hello Kitty and stuff, but I had to drop those bars in there because I had to do it for the culture. Because somewhere out there, there's a bad bitch who wants to hear me rap about shit she likes. You know what I'm saying? Some would call that selling out. I think I would call it doing it for the culture. I love anime. I want to represent all different types of it. I hope that someday when there's a convention, I can perform there and fucking rap. How crazy would that be? Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Or at a Comic-Con too.
Exactly.
That would be super dope.
I've never been to a comic book convention.
Me either.
I posted that on my story. I was like, yo, where do I go to a fucking, I guess SAC Anime, there's one in Roseville. I'm trying to meet Master Roshi, bro, but I don't want to deviate too much. With hentai, do you know what hentai is? I just want to ask you because if you don't, I might shock you when I give you the answer.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to, when I was bringing it up, I was like, hentai.
I love that I'm the first person who gets to tell you what it is.
Hentai. What is it?
Okay. So, hentai is anime porn.
Wait, is that a category?
It's like you go to Pornhub and type in hentai, and you'll see anime characters getting it on.
What about which one is the one with cartoons?
I mean, hentai.
I'm exposing you right now.
Hentai is a cartoon, but I don't know. But no, I'm coming full circle with this because the thing is I was like, I'm not into kawaii stuff. I'm not into hentai either. I can't answer the questions of like what's the most popular one or tell me about a hentai. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't watch hentai. I'm not big into anime porn. Honestly, it makes me uncomfortable because
like not too much, just once a month, nothing crazy.
No, I really don't watch. I'm being so real, but I had to. Once again, I had to do it for the culture.
Facts.
I know there's a lot of people out there who watch it because I'm like rock to the beat if you clearing out your history.
Okay,
that's one of the bars, right? Okay. You feel me? Like when the song opens up, you hear the little anime girl moaning and stuff, right? I made that beat, bro. I originally made that beat for Slap and Fade. You want to talk about backstory and songs becoming things they weren't supposed to be. I originally made that song off of a sample from my Game Boy Advance You feel me? I edited and engineered it, sent it to Slap. He was like, bro, this hella slaps, but it's not for me, dog. This needs to be for you.
You ever had signed on the Game Boy? You ever had those buttons where you make the thing at the bottom disappear?
What are you talking about?
So you know how like when you start up, this is Game Boy. Maybe it's just Game Boy Advance. It would load up and it would make the noise and then cling at the end.
Cling, yeah.
At the end, there's a certain way you hold these buttons, and at the bottom where it would say like Nintendo, whatever the fuck it said,
it would be a black bar.
It would just be blank.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what button combination, but I know what you're talking about.
But it would hide.
That's also if like there's gunk in the game.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Cause like
yeah, if you don't like blow it out, sometimes it'll do that, and then the game won't start. Right, it'll just stay there at that screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that button. I mean, I don't remember the button configuration, but I remember that setting.
Like the hybrid ain't clutch right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
The hybrid is clutch right now when it comes to the miles per gallon. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
But at the time, bro, I had lost a lot of shit during the pandemic.
Okay.
I needed a fucking hobby.
Okay.
I was pulling my hair out, bro. I was doing music, but all of my music that was coming out, I'm a real ass nigga, bro. When I write, I can't write about whatever than how I feel right now.
Right.
You feel me? So Noble is all of these personal ass things, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I can't even escape my problems when I release them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're supposed to have your outlet, your music be your outlet.
Right.
But you can't escape the facts of life. So now, like I said, I mentioned depression.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to gain the confidence to even drop the project. Needless to say, the Game Boy.
The Game Boy.
I never in my whole life had a Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Pocket, which is something that my uncle got me from the motherfucking flea market that was black and white. And it did play Game Boy games, but there was no color involved.
Shout out to the flea markets.
There's these kits. They're called mod kits. I had a friend who made one.
Okay.
He told me it was easy. It only took me $60, but I had to find the motherboard on itself, which means I needed a real Game Boy to take apart in order to put all these other things on. Bro, I could pull up a video on my phone while I tell the rest of this story. I'll show you how beautiful she was. I don't mean to take such a big part of the podcast on something so stupid. But, bro, it meant so much to me because I built it. I used all the pieces. It's a special type of screwdriver. Like, nobody could just do this shit.
She said it's a special type of screwdriver.
Bro, I loved this thing so much, and it got stolen. Rest in peace. Needless to say, this Game Boy that I'm about to show you is 100% built by me. I built this thing by hand. Every button I had to take apart. I don't know if it's gonna replay it for you or whatever. But I swapped out the screen, so it's just fucking whatever. That shit got stolen.
Got the charging indicator and everything.
But I fell in love with it, bro, and I kind of want to make another one. But when it got stolen from me, honestly...
That's the behind-the-scenes shit you should record.
That's the behind-the-scenes. I sampled a little something from fucking Legacy of Goku, and I made this beat for Slap and Fade that he was like, nah, bro, this is for you. And so that's the first line in there is the ladies used to call me a lame, but now they all dancing to a Game Boy beat. You know what I'm saying? Lame boy geek. Now they all dancing to a Game Boy beat or whatever. Yeah, bro, the full circle of the Game Boy. But here's the weird thing. Closure is a motherfucker. Because when I got the Game Boy stolen and I realized it was gone, I mourned a little bit. But then I kind of was grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I was able to zone out a little bit and build something, some man shit. Every now and then, every man needs to zone the fuck out and build some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody has their own coping mechanisms as well.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
So, I don't know, bro. I love that thing. I still have another Game Boy. It's not as beautiful as the one that I made, but, I don't know, bro. When that shit got stolen, part of me was able to let go of some shit. Some of the shit that I was pouring into it,
maybe
I was able to move forward. Yeah, bro.
It could be that.
I was gonna. My bad. I feel like I went hella into the Game Boy shit. He's like, this is a nerdy ass nigga.
No. Hey, I will say this to you.
Tell me,
Albert. This is the same thing that I've been telling Gasser since we've been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that this is his lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His lane is anime rap.
Right.
Music, anime. Yeah, his real life music is tight too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking that, but there's that lane for him, and he could low key be a face for that.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of rappers out there who like anime, so there's a lot of potential for me to do big features in the future and still have fun with it.
Right, because I feel like not too many people do it the way he does it, though. Like, I'll hear somebody rap, maybe say Goku this and Yahtzee that, whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. I don't do that shit. At the end of the day, though, this dude will describe the whole show.
Right.
I can tell a story on a rap.
Yeah.
This will describe you the whole fucking season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, I mean, there's that.
take, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, fresh cut, my drop fade like Sasuke Uchiha, spitting flame, no hand sign, got the will of fire, get me lit every damn time. So if you fuck with anime and shit, Naruto, Sasuke Uchiha's from Naruto. See these hand signs on my arm?
That's what is, you know Israel Adesanya thing. You don't know Israel Adesanya?
I don't know, bro.
I thought those were gang signs.
Everybody was like, "Oh, they throwing up hella gang signs out here, bro."
Nah, you know,
fireball jutsu on these niggas, bro.
You don't know who Israel. So Israel Adesanya, he's the UFC middleweight champion right now of the world.
Oh, okay.
I
don't watch UFC, bro. I'm so sorry. I fuck with fights, but I don't keep up. I don't keep up.
You're like Israel. So trip on this again. Israel Adesanya. He's a the UFC's current middleweight champion of the world. He's his nickname is the Last Style Bender. That's his MMA.
And what he mixes his styles together, and
he's a huge anime head. So like every single time, so I tell you, bro, when you come out,
or maybe I got a name drop him in a track,
bro. And we'll tag him right here so he listens. You know what I mean? But
what's his name?
Watch Israel Adesanya, right? He's Nigerian. He's from Nigerian.
Oh, he's black.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's Nigerian. He trains out of New Zealand.
My bad. I don't know if that's like reverse racism.
Yeah.
I'm hella excited.
The way his real name, how you pronounce it, is Israel Adesanya.
Oh,
Israel Adesanya, because from Nigeria, you know.
Sure.
But trains out of New Zealand and everything. But his nickname and his MMA fighting name is Israel the Last Style Bender. And every single time he fights, he has what you have right here on you. He does that in the octagon.
Oh, he does that shit?
It, but
that's hella tight.
So look up the history on him, and he's a beatbox boy
too.
Hey,
you gotta pull up a little video of that, bro. I want to see that shit. That's dope.
I'll show you when we get done. Actually, one of his last fights, he came out to I forget the one of the dudes he was talking about. He came out to like his fit, and he did some shit. But like, I'll put you on game.
Super into it though.
Super into it. He's a badass.
And that's where you come in though. You know,
yeah, bro.
With your music career, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think one of the biggest things to have a fan base or a following is to be relatable.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the reasons I like being real and genuine and, like you said, vulnerable.
Yeah.
But like with the anime shit, if people fuck with anime and they're like, is that nigga talking about Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
You.
Did he just talk about fucking Master Roshi on the track?
Right.
Like, you know,
just be you.
Megan Thee Stallion fuck with anime, bro. I'm trying to get her on the feature too. Megan Thee Stallion, Denzel Curry, fucking Lil Uzi Vert, bro. Speaking of big features,
and now Israel Adesanya.
Yeah,
he might spit some shit.
I gotta at least. Oh, does he rap?
I mean,
never know.
We never know.
Damn.
Price, right?
All right, for the right price. Shout out to Young Chop. Shout out. Slapping Fade.
I gotta show you his shit, man. But
big time.
Yeah.
Hey, there was something I was gonna tell you about part 2, right? Okay. So we talked about part 1, super personal, this and that, no features.
Yeah.
Part 2 has a lot of features. It's not like hella tracks. It's gonna be about the same amount of tracks as part 1, but it's not over. There's a part 3. I've had all of these tracks plotted out for over a year now.
Okay.
But the features that are on here, I think, are going to take things to the next level. I mentioned the menus before and how much I'm charging for a feature. I'm actually charging far less than what Slap thinks that I should be charging people, simply because he knows what I've been working on.
Right.
I've been very open with him recently. I was secretive in the beginning because I wanted to keep my little Easter eggs in, but like he knows the big moves that are about to be made. And I told him, I'm like, after part 2 drops, no more free features for anybody, except for, unless your name is Slap and Fade or V's, no free features.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
That's how you rocking.
Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, my brother's right there. Yeah. You want the exclusives or what?
How about this?
Hey, we're pretty deep into this shit already. How deep do you want to go, bro? Like,
how about we leave? How about this? How about you let me know off air?
Okay, yeah, I could show you the whole. I won't play them all, but I'll show you the track list, and you'll be like, "Oh shit!"
How about you let me know off air? Because we got some. If it's up there, you want to have some.
It's
good
like
promo
that Neff the Pharaoh level shit, like before, where people are like, "Damn, Gasser with Neff the Pharaoh," like it's on that level, bro.
You need a whole build up for that one, then.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me.
It's
know
not just one.
Okay, so there's more. Yeah,
bro. I'm telling you, after part 2.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying no more features after part 2 is like, oh, if I'm charging $300 right now, when these niggas hear what I release, everyone's gonna be like, everyone who slightly considered doing a song with me before is gonna start running around like, bro, I need to get on the feature, right? Bro, this shit, I know it's gonna happen.
This is all called promotion.
I know it.
This
bro,
is all called promotion. So
I feel like part 2. I'll be transparent about one last thing.
Yeah, tell me.
My parent, like I said, my parents separated. Mm-hmm. My dad is a huge inspiration on my life. I want him to be like the little Morgan Freeman on the tracks, where like he kind of says a few things. If you listen
like the 21
to part
Savage
1, he's kind of in a phone call at one point, like 21 Savage, exactly.
Yeah.
So shout out to my dad. Mm-hmm. However, my stepdad, my mom's new husband, I've shown them most of what I'm working on. Mm-hmm. He listened to part 1. He's like, Anthony, he's like, I don't want you to be offended when I say this. He's like, I want you to understand that what I'm saying to you is very serious. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, I feel like you're only 3 steps away from blowing the fuck up.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not trying to shit on you and say you can't blow up now. Right. He's like, because I feel like that's how most people would take this. Okay. He's like, you're 3 little projects away from whatever's going to send you to the top. He's like, if you don't stop and you keep this momentum, if the growth you've shown from Anthology to Weeb Daddy to Noble One continues, you're going to make it, nigga. He told me that. He didn't say nigga because he ain't black. But he said, now listen, so on one hand, is that prophetic? Because the vision that I was given artistically was part 1, part 2, and part 3. This is part 1. Okay. He said, I'm 3 steps away from blowing the fuck up. So does that mean part 2, then part 3, and then whatever comes next? Nigga, we made it?
Well, I'll tell you this. It is what you say it's going to be. Going back to what we talked about. If you make it that... If you make it that, and if you envision that, and you talk it like it's gonna be that, and you envision it,
I would love to be the biggest thing that's coming out of Sacramento right now. I have nothing in love. I have nothing. Yeah, right. Coming out of Lincoln. Yeah. But Lincoln, Sacramento, bro. Like, look, I low key wish that all of the beef would stop. I know this shit has nothing to do with me, nigga. I'm just pulling up, but like whether it's red, blue, freaking Mozzie, Lavish D, man, I feel like I wish that there could be something in Sac that would show, like, instead of, fuck that nigga, I'm a pop him. I'm a fucking shoot him in the neck. Like, I want to hear something that's like, look, young blood, I made something of myself and you can too. That's what I want, bro. I want to be like, I want to make it somewhere, and then I want to be able to tell the younger cats, bro. Like, it's so funny because I'm a young person. Like, I'm not old. I'm not even 30 yet. So to be thinking about others already is probably out of the question. But at the same time, like, from the very beginning, like, they've told Slap, like, bro, your bars are so, like, inspirational and progressive. Like, you're really out here trying to, like, teach these niggas something. I don't know how many times I've heard Slap go, like, listen, homeboy, or, like, let me wake you on some game, or let me tell you something, bro, or, like, have you ever considered, like, we're always just trying to wake these niggas because there's so many of them sleep out here right now. You know what I mean? Bro, Noble has multiple meanings. So one of the reasons that I broke it up into parts is for the aspect of, like you said, the wordplay. So Noble, it means to stand alone, right? On its own. Yeah. You heard of the noble gases, right? Yeah. Like helium, things like that. Well, I'm Gasser. Noble gases, Gasser, Gasser Noble. Yeah. So that's one little thing right there, right? Yeah. But then also nobility, kings, queens, knights, people of nobility and noble rule, right? Yeah. I'm half Irish from the Renfrew side, and Renfrew has a castle. but I'm fucking black. I might have the red beard, but if I go over there, chances are I'm like, yo, I'm a grandson of the Renfros. They're not gonna let me in that fucking castle. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I get that one.
But bro, when Noble Part 2 comes out, it's gonna be a lot more of what I'm saying about trying to teach people that there's a better way.
Okay.
That you don't gotta pop off every time that something doesn't go your way, that you can be a man and fucking move past that shit.
Right.
Because that's what I had to do, man. I had to do a lot of growth in this time. And I had to be reminded that I'm a king.
Yeah.
As much, and my song Peasant on part 1, it's like, what's this nigga talking about peasants? It's because, like, bro, niggas think, oh, because you don't have this much money or you don't have this type of car that you ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm talking about being noble, talking about nobility. Like, nigga, I'm a peasant, but I'm out here really a king because my crown isn't defined by jewels or by metals. My crown is of vapors and gas. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I definitely see that. I get what you're coming from.
Different angles, bro.
It's different, yeah. But it's those explanations. Like, if had you not say that, we would not know. That's like the goal. That's the plan for it.
But yo, Hentai though, play that shit, stream that shit. That shit is out right now.
Everything
Shout out to
is
my
available
boy.
now.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music. Shout out to my boy Dapper D on the feature.
Yeah.
His album just came out too. Oh my gosh, there are so many good songs on there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I know he's my friend, so it's like I'm supposed to put him on. But there is at least 3 songs on there that I can play back to back over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like,
that's super dope.
Fire.
Yeah. I mean, that's just supporting.
Go listen to the song Peer Pressure featuring Slappin' Fade and myself, along with my brother V's, who I mentioned before.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Got
Fire.
you, bro.
Fueguito, bro. Fueguito.
Okay. Well, yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, everything that we talked about is available right now. Y'all can go check it out. Y'all can go stream it. Y'all go watch it on YouTube. Everything is available literally anywhere you listen to music. You feel me? So,
we're about to get like more Linsky, bro. This is just the beginning. I'm about to get you really high. Hypocritical.
I feel like we told them.
This is a whole different strain. What is this
like
one?
We let them know. We still got some more action to do. So, in closing, just let them know. Let the people know where they can find you, how they can reach you, and any last little words you have for them.
Well, I am at Gasser_Noble on Instagram. That's GASSER_NOBLE.
Facts.
On TikTok or TikTok. Tip top. I'm in tip top shape. On TikTok, I never go on there, bro. I have one post, and it has nothing to do with music, but it's called Gasser Weeb. GASSER_WEEB.
Y'all check everything out
on all platforms. Yeah, look me up, Gasser GASSER, baby. And on YouTube, look for the Gasasodes coming out soon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna steal it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
They're called Gasser Days.
Gasser Days.
As always.
All right then, hypocrites. Shout out to Slappin' Fade for the fresh haircut.
Y'all see it. Y'all see. If you made it this far, y'all see it. Okay. Y'all stay safe. But before I say peace,
baby,
I want to thank my guest again, Gasser Noble, for coming on the show.
We out here, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Y'all stay safe. Peace.